सुनो मत भूलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we do practice of anything, that practice is limited to time, place and situation. For example, if we are doing yoga, twisting the body. Now we cannot do yoga on the road. We don't do the yoga in public. We don't do yoga in a running train. Then we have a place, a mattress and a particular time. Then we do yoga for some time, half an hour, 1 hour, etc. Similarly, puja poti, we do it in the temple, at home or in the temple. But when it comes to practice of knowledge, tat chintanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam tat prabodhanam, etat eka paratvam cha, brahmabhyasa vidurbuddhaha. So we have to practice this knowledge 24/7. Therefore, spiritual life is not a part-time profession. Most of the students who join for yoga, I know closely, in Kaivalya Dham and other places also. They join that to make that as a profession for earning bread. In Stuttgart, Germany, I was staying with one lady. She was a yoga teacher. So on the second or third day, I casually asked her, I said, Mama, everything all right? You are not looking yourself. She said, Swamiji, how do you know that? I said, I wish I am wrong. No, you are right. Then what is the problem? Problem is, Swamiji, I brought yoga from India to Germany for the first time. And then I started a yoga studio. 20 students were trained. Then they went. Then they started their own studios. They also trained 20. And in this manner, now we are short of students. Only teachers are there. I said, where did you study in India? She told some name. How many years course she did? No, it was only a 6 weeks course. So, how many hours per day? Now we used to have only 2 days in a week and half an hour per day. On the basis of that, we got the certificate, yoga teacher. Now what for? so that I can start a studio and earn. And in that, success, failure, frustration bound to be. But when we are leading spiritual life, spiritual practice, practice of knowledge, it is 24/7. It is not for getting anything but losing everything. Are we ready for this bargain? Otherwise, इतना किया भगवान का क्या मिला किसको? See, my friends, but even in the ordinary thing, कौशलानि विवर्धन्ते तेषाम् अभ्यास पाठवान् यथा तद्वद् विवेकोपि अस्य अभ्यासात् विशदायते. So even if when you practice these worldly things for a longer period of time, we become well equipped, better than before, in the same manner. See? So what is to be done? First of all, we have to be practicing it nirantara abhyasa, continuous. It is not jumme ki jumme. It's every day. No compromise on this. Second thing, it has to be so subjective that nobody should even suspect. Otherwise, we become, do you know these days, I don't get time, all the time studying and meditation. Who asked you? Our Mahabharata. Our spiritual life is such a secret, nobody should even suspect. See? And all this is done with complete faith. Remember this, faith or Shraddha is not a weakness, it is inner strength. Many people have this wrong notion. Hey, I don't have blind faith. Faith is required only when you are blind. When a blind person walks, on what basis he walks? That he is not going to fall down and die. Therefore, in the field of ignorance, faith is inner strength. And ultimately, that we should have commitment to this. What is the commitment? We do not react to anything in life. And reactions begin, देखो सुनो बक बक करो. No comments, no reactions. This is the practice of knowledge. And as a result, vivinchata bhoktrutvatvam jagradadishu asangata अन्वय व्यतिरेकाभ्याम साक्षिणी अध्यवसीयते. 210. This we have seen. I am just refreshing it. So, अन्वय व्यतिरेकाभ्याम, come to recognize this. Waking comes and goes, dream comes and goes, deep sleep comes and finishes, samadhi begins and ends, but there is one common denominator which has never come and gone. And therefore, any experience which has this biography, which begins under n number of conditions and which ends afterwards, is a play of mind. Don't get carried away by that. Otherwise, many people ask this question. See, Swamiji, when we went to that ashram, we were doing meditation and I could see distinctly bright light. But now I am not seeing that. What should I do? Go to that ashram. See? But why this is happening? You will go there and your bulb will be changed. Now your bulb is fused. This simple rule. When you say, I have seen the light, what does it mean? Seer and seen, duality in knowledge is the play of mind. It doesn't matter what experience you have, but don't get carried away by that. So, Anvaya Vyatirekabhyam, by recognition of the Sakshini Asangata Vivanchata. The witnessing self is untouched by waking, dream, deep sleep or samadhi. All these things come and go. In this way, our practice should be we stop reacting. So when we stop reacting, what happens? We are effortlessly gliding in our own being. And our reactions are only in terms of speaking, talking, and getting hurt, etc. Therefore, more and more we become aware of it, then yatra yad drishyate drashta jagra swapna sushuptishu. So how do we practice this? Here technique is given. Whatever is experienced by the waker, it is limited only during the waking experience. Whatever is experienced by the dreamer, it is limited only during that particular dream. Whatever is experienced by the deep sleeper, only during deep sleep. And so is the samadhi. But there is one principle which is common. Therefore, tatra eva. Focus your being on that. How do we do that? If you want to come back to your vision, what you have to do? Be indifferent to the colors and forms. You are back to your vision. Don't have to close the eyes. See? Therefore, one technique I told you, let our mind be like the mirror. Mirror reflects everything, reacts to nothing, rejects nothing, but not influenced by anything. Meaning what? When we are moving in this world, after body identification, all kinds of experiences will come. But if we do not give a status of reality to the personality created after body identification, then it is just a drama, nothing else. Hey, my friends. So, yatra yadrishyate drashta jagra swapna sushuptichu tatra eva tan na itaratra iti anubhutihi sammata. This is everybody's experience. Therefore, sa yatra ikshate kinchit ena anvagato bhavet drushtu vipunya papam cha iti evam shrutishi dindimaha. Upanishad also say, whatever sin or merit we have experienced during waking, it remains only for the waker. It is not carried over in the dream. Whatever good or bad experiences the dreamer goes through, it is not brought in the waking. See? But there is one principle which is eliminating all the experiences without getting influence. Mattaha smriti jnanam apovanancha. Remember this verse from Bhagavad Gita. Sarvasacham hridisannivishtaha. The witnessing consciousness, Paramatma, Bhagwan Krishna, whatever you say, is saying this. Sarvasachaham hridisannivishtaha, mattaha smriti, dream, jnanam, waking, apohanam, deep sleep, chakarat, samadhi. And therefore, sarvaihi vedaihi aham eva vidya. Who is this I? Who is a common denominator? supporting all the experiences but not becoming experiencer. This is what we have to work on. And when we become experiencer, immediately an impression is formed on the mind. When the impression is formed, we want to repeat it or avoid it. So whatever is making us to repeat is called as raga. Whatever we want to avoid is called as dvesha. And we fall down from the consciousness to the mind, and the samsara never ends. See, my friends, therefore, drushtvaivam punyam papam cha iti shrutishu dindimaha. So don't carry, why I had a bad dream. See, I was in such a bad dream. Now what will happen? There are people all the time about this thing. And then they'll be quoting some examples from some readings that they have made. In that thing it is written that he was having bad dream, then he was given this thing, and then it stopped. Then you take, why are you asking me? See, friends, we have to remember whether we want to get freedom for once for all, or you want to get tied down. आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. You decide. जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्त्यादि प्रपंचम यत् प्रकाशते तद ब्रह्माहमिति ज्ञात्वा सर्वबंधै प्रमुच्यते. Now, quotations from various Upanishads are given. This is from Kaivalya Upanishad. Jagra Sapna Sushuptyadi Prapancham Yat Prakashate. That which is illuminating the experiences of the waking dream and deep sleep. Tad Brahma Aham Asmi Iti. Tad Brahma Aham Iti Jnatva. When you come to recognize this is what real I is, Sarvabandhai Pramuchyate. See? An actor on the stage is doing an act of crime, and after the drama is over, is he punished for that? Then the same actor has done an act of holiness. Because of that act of holiness, after the drama is over, is he glorified? In the same manner, whether it is a good or a bad experience of the waking or dream, etc., it has nothing to do with us. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Dukkheshu anudvignavanaha. Miseries come, but we don't become miserable. Then people will try to make you more miserable. Then you pretend you are miserable. Then they will be happy. You are also happy. Bevakoof banaya. Friends. Therefore, Karnataka, don't forget, this is a Maha Mantra. Rama Leela, Krishna Leela. Everything is Leela only. Jagra Sapna Sushuptyadi Prapancham Yat Prakashate Tad Brahma Hamiti Jnatva. Why Brahma? Because it is all pervading. Bruhatvat Brahma. The same thing has become waking experiences and waking world. The same reality is expressing as dreamer, dream experiences and the dream world. The same reality is expressing as the absence of these two. And yet, neither it is getting something because of the waking and dream, nor it is losing anything because of the deep sleep. Tad Brahma Hamiti Jnatva. So, all the spiritual practices sort out your identity crisis. All Bhagavad Gita, only this was message. Arjuna had account in ICICI Bank. Therefore, he was suffering. Identity crisis. On the battlefield, you are just a warrior. That's it. After the war is over, then again sit together have a garam pakoda. But during the war, you have to fight. How simple life is. But we carry the burden all the time throughout life. And then it becomes our second nature. See? One old lady, her children told me, Swamiji, tell our mother, she is so much worried, we get fed up of it. So the children who told me, they were retired brigadier. So I talked to that old lady. I said, Mama, why you worry so much about your son's grandchildren's marriage? Why don't you take Ram Nam and relax and enjoy? He became angry. This is the only thing I can do. If I don't do this, then what do I do? Suffer. Friends, worrying becomes our second nature after some time. See? Like some people are eating the nails all the time. They are not aware that they are eating the nails. Exactly the same way, we become so worryful that all the time worried. पता नहीं क्या होगा मालूम नहीं तो relax. If you know what is going to happen, be prepared. No place for worry if you are walking spiritual path. So tad brahmahamiti jnatva sarva bandhai pramuchyate. Then all your papa, punya, hell, heaven, last life, this life, next life, all drama ends. Eka evatma mantavyaha, another Upanishad. Eka evatma mantavyaha jagra sapna sushuptishu sthanatraya vyatitasya punarjanmana vidyate. Eka eva atma mantavyaha. Recognize only one self which is playing as a waker in the waking, dreamer in the dream, deep sleeper in the deep sleep, Samadhi Purush in the Samadhi, but he is only playing the different roles. Because of that, he has not become many. Now this 100 times I gave this example. One man, son, husband, father, has he become three? Who is miserable? These three guys who do not exist. How can you treat a patient who doesn't exist? It is okay for you to say because you don't have anything, but when you will have a wife, then you will know. Suffer in English. I suffer in Hindi. Don't justify you are miserable. When you justify, you don't want to get out of it. And such people are constantly seeking sympathy and they are very strong ego. Yesterday also I told you, more miserable we are, stronger is the ego. Less miserable, less ego. No ego, no miseries. And therefore, what should you practice now? Life is a time pass. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Friends, एक एवात्मा मंतव्यः जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्तिषु स्थानत्रय व्यतीतस्य पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. Get out of these places and you are free. Again, another Kaivalya Upanishad. Trishu dhamasu yad bhogyam bhokta bhogashcha bhavet yad bhavet tebhyo vilakshana sakshi chinmatroham sadashivaha. Trishu dhamasu jagrat sapna sushupti yad bhogyam bhokta bhogashcha bhavet. That which is the experienced, the experiencer and the experiencer, all the three. All the three are the expressions of the same reality, depending upon the conditioning. When the conditioning is name and the form, object of experience. When the conditioning is the mind, it is the experiencer bhokta. And when the conditioning is disturbed or a comfortable mind, it is the bhoga. And therefore, when these conditionings are dropped, nothing troubles us. Therefore, this play meditation. Like the children play home. Brother, sister become husband, wife. They time pass. They don't become husband, wife. They are not fools that time. Afterwards, they become. So while they are playing, just play. Similarly, play meditation. Trishu dhamasu yad bhogyam bhokta bhaveta tebhyo vilakshana sakshi. Okay. Is there anything like that? Yes, space. Space is supporting everything, rejecting nothing, but doesn't get influenced by anything. Good. So let me play space. What is space? Akash. Be very attentive. Akash. Akash is formed from the root kash. Kash means prakash. Kash means akash. You add some prefix and it changes the meaning. So space is both support as well as illuminator. Satta plus Chit. Sat and Chit is one. That is Akash. Objectively, it is object because Avakashat Akash supports everything. And again illuminates the same thing. So this Chidakasha is both the object of perception and the illuminator of the object. That is my essential nature. Vishuddhamasuyat bhogyam bhokta bhogaschet bhavet tebhyo vilakshana sakshi. So I am other than this Triputi, chinmatroham sadashivaha. So this rule, that knowledge where Triputi happens is play of mind. That knowledge where Triputi does not happen is pure consciousness. And therefore those who are abiding in the truth, they cannot have the ego of realization. On the contrary, there is nobody left after realization. When the river merges in the ocean, river is not left. When the wave goes back to the ocean, it is no more wave or ocean. Be attentive. Waves come out of the ocean. They go back to the ocean? No. They go back to water. From the Hiranyagarbha, the world has come out. So this Jiva who has come out from the Hiranyagarbha, when he goes back, he doesn't go back to Hiranyagarbha, he goes back Tattvamasi, one with the divine. Hey friends, if the wave has gone back to the ocean and again, is it the same wave coming out? Because the wave had disappeared. How can it come again? But water remains as it is. Exactly the same way. When the waker disappears in the deep sleep, he merges with the divine. And therefore again waking comes, he is not the same who has gone back. Therefore, like for every dream there is a separate dreamer, equally true for every waking experience there is a separate waker. Don't make a garland of the wakers and create an illusory personality. Because what is the Brahman or the reality? That which is beyond the limitations of Desha, Kala, Vastu, Parasthiti, etc. But the waker is conditioned by time, space and object, so also dream, etc. But that which is unconditioned by anything, unlimited, that is our essential nature. Tebhyo vilakshana sakshi chinmatroham sadashivaha. I am this pure consciousness. Start playing like that. Don't tell others. Evam vivechite tatve vijnanamaya shabditaha chidabhaso vikari yo bhokturutvam tasya shishyate. Step by step we are going. We started, who is the experiencer, bhokta? So when we thus inquire, we come to this. Evam vivechite tatve vijnanamaya shabditaha. So Yajnavalkya told Janak Maharaj, what is Atma? The Vijnanamaya was told Atma. So we have come to Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now in Vijnanamaya Kosha, there are 2-3 things. One is the thought, second is the pure consciousness, and third is the reflection of the pure consciousness in the thought. That reflection is called as Chidabhas. These 3 things put together is Vijnanamaya Kosha. So, Shuddha Chaitanya, no question of getting disturbed. Then the thoughts being inert don't get disturbed. Now on this table, whether I keep a note or I keep a stone, it makes no difference. Inert. See? In the space, whether there is a good smell, bad smell, it makes no difference. Similarly, Vijnanamaya Kosha is what? 3 things. Thoughts, reflection of consciousness and consciousness. Out of that, thoughts being inert, not influenced. Pure consciousness being pure consciousness, not influenced. Then who is the experiencer? Naturally, the Chidabhasa is the experiencer. Oh, we started. Then we'll go ahead and destroy that also. Chidabhaso vikariyo bhuktrutvam tasya shishyate. So we accept this Chidabhasa is the experiencer. But you know what happens? You told, sir, what? Mai koyam Chidabhasaha shrutehe anubhavat api indrajalam jagat proktam tad anta api ayam tataha. But the Chidabhasa is Maikaha. It only appears, doesn't exist. I was somewhere, very simple thing, everywhere you can learn. There was a child, and that child took one torch I had. And I wanted to say, take it. So he had the torch, it was on. And the child was standing and walking here and there. The torch light was on the floor. And there was a small doggy in their house. Now that doggy was running after that spot. There it has gone, here it has gone, here it has gone. And the child was worried, why it is doing like this thing? So the child was thinking, he will catch that spot. And the dog wanted to catch that spot. And I, Sakshi Chaitanya, enjoying. See? So the Chidabhasa, you can become miserable if it is there. There was one lady, she came and, Swamiji, I'm very miserable. I became suddenly Narasimha Rao Garu and shouted at her. I said, stop this stupid. You are not miserable. Swamiji, actually, don't change. All these people who seek sympathy, they do this drama. I said, what is wrong with you? Tell me. You are alive. What more do you want? You can trouble everybody. It is certified that you are alive. Actually, Swamiji, I said, no. Now listen to me. Say whatever I say. She was shaking, frustrated. Repeat whatever I say. Say, I am happy. But Swamiji, chup. You only say what I am telling you. Say, I am happy. She started, I am happy. I said, very good. Continue. I am happy. I am happy. 5, 10, 20 times. I am happy. I am happy. I said, no, stop. No, I am also happy. Why did you say that you are miserable? Because you are seeking attention. Whenever we feel lonely, we are strong ego. See? Paramatma is Ekameva Dvitiya. Must be most miserable, isn't it? But he is not, because he is not ego. It must go. See? So, Mai koyam chidabhasa. The chidabhasa is not real. It only appears. See? In the US, one white person asked me this question. In New York, probably. Said, in you Hindu people, the ladies put on a .com on their head. What is that? I said, your choice has gone. She is already booked and married. Oh, like that, yes. But then the gents don't have. I said, they don't need. Their face tells is married. Because there is a glow on their face. Slip of tongue. No need. So, Mai koyam chidabhasaha. Chidabhasa doesn't exist. It only appears. Shrutehe anubhavadapi. This is said in the scripture as well as our experience. Therefore, this example which I gave you, after divorce, where the husband and the wife go? They go nowhere because they were never. Whether you divorce or your partner die, it makes no difference. But then we carry the burden. Burden what? That fellow died is not important. What will happen to me? The same thing will happen to you also. I will also die. Yes, thank God. Problem over. See, friends, the more you are deeply rooted in this knowledge, you will remain light in your heart, not becoming serious on small little things. Always remember, whenever we are disturbed and miserable, at the root of this, there is a seed. The seed is Mr. Somebody. It is so important. Get out of this Indrajalam, Jagat Proktam, Tadanta Api Ayam Yataha. Therefore, the whole world is illusion. Your being is the reality, becoming is not real. Therefore, what you want to say? Therefore, neither the thought is miserable, nor the Chaitanya or the consciousness is miserable, nor the Chidabhas is miserable. See? Then who is Bhokta? There is nobody enjoying or experiencing. Meaning what? Experience without experiencer is the truth. So go through the experiences, but don't crystallize in the form of somebody. We all are simultaneously parents as well as children, is it not? With reference to our parents, we are children. With reference to our children, we are parents. Now tell me, have we ever worried about and thought of having choice of our parents? We have no choice about parents. Can somebody ever think, I wish my mother was Marilyn Monroe? No. Where is the choice? This we accept, is it not? Therefore, we are not miserable on that issue. Now, apply the same principle. As much we have no choice about our parents, we have no choice about our children. As we don't expect I wish my parents were like that. Similarly, don't expect, I wish my children are like that. And because of this, we suffer in life. All the problems are only wrong thinking. Correct it. Problems will disappear. And what is our love? Our love is imposition of our views on others. That is our love. I am a victim of that. If you come to my room, you will see the whole table is full of the Govardhan of food. Everybody has brought so much things. I am not eating for last 300 years, so I will eat it. Swamiji, but it is our love. So every time I go, I look at it. Kya karu? So today I told our Dr. Saab, make a list. Those who are going by car, going by train, not going by flight, make the list and distribute it to them. So on the way they can eat it. Therefore, vilayopyasi saptyado sakshina anubhujate etadrusham swasvabhavam vivinakti punaha. So, this Chidabhasa is not available in deep sleep. We attended morning, I gave you this example. So many pots, so many reflections of the light, so many separate individualities. What is deep sleep? All of them are merged in one. And therefore, in deep sleep, there is life, but there is no body. Vilayaha api asya suptyadau sakshina anubhuyate. So in the deep sleep, waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, everything is gone. They are only Sakshi, witnessing consciousness. Sakshana anubhuyate etadrushan swasvabhavam. This is exactly is my essential nature. Etadrushan swasvabhavam vivinakti punaha. Practice it again and again and again. To practice this, my approach is very simple. Don't take anything seriously in life, including spirituality. The so-called spiritual people are more miserable than average people. They are worried. कब realize होगा? क्या करोगे? Realize होगे. Why don't you learn to relax? ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. Repeat this again and again. Vivinakti punaha. Then vivicya nasham nishchitya punarbhogam na vanchati mumurshu shayito bhumau vivaham ko bhivanchati. So when the seeker is thus again and again coming back to his divine nature, and in that neither there is a waker and all the roles the waker was playing, etc. When this he is clear about it, thereafter will he again want to get involved in the worldly indulgence? Vivicha nasham nishchitya. Now he knows I am not going to be a waker, dreamer, enjoyer or sufferer. Now withdrawn fully and in my own divine blissful being. After the stomach is full, can we think of eating anything? Yes, ice cream. Are Dambo? I am not asking that. Eating so much. Thereafter, how was the food? Why not talking? Packed. The tongue is also filled with that. You can't move it. So, vivicha nasham nishtitya punar bhogam na vanchati. When fulfillment happens, desires do not appear. Punarbhogam na vanchati. Example is given. Mumurshu shaito bhumau. A person is on the deathbed. That time, vivaham kobi vanchati. The whole life I was struggling to remain Swami and Brahmachari and Sannyasi, but now I have got last desire. At least now I should get married. Are maro na. Our Dongre Maharaj, he was a grahastha. At the end of his life, that is called as Atura Sannyas. He took that sannyas on the banks of Narmadaji at a place where his samadhi is there also, where Swami Madhav Das Ji Maharaj samadhi is there. At the end, towards the end of his life, just maybe few days, he was in front of the samadhi of Madhav Das Ji Maharaj, and there he felt that Madhav Das Ji Maharaj has given him the samadhi sannyas diksha. So he put the ochre cloth on himself, and after maybe few days or a few hours, he died. That is called as, at the time of leaving the body, ultimately he took the sannyas. Now the other way around, see, at the time of death, the sannyasi is thinking, यार जिंदगी में तो शादी नहीं करी, अब तो कर ले. No, न अभिवांछति. Therefore, जिव्रेति व्यवहरतं च भोक्ताहमिति पूर्वव्रत छिन्ननास इव हि रीतः क्लिश्चन्न आरब्धमश्नुते. Therefore, after having, be attentive, after having reached the divine nature of its own being, will he ever talk about his past? What is sannyas? In sannyas diksha, there is one of the rites which are performed. I don't call them rituals, I call them rites. And that is called a Viraja Homa. In that Viraja Homa, the sannyasi who is given sannyas, he is performing his own shraddha. So we have performed our own shraddha. The one whose shraddha is done is a dead one. So technically speaking, we are dead. Don't touch us. If you touch, go and take bath. And if you are dead, you cannot have property. Government will take. You cannot have bank account, KYC. See? No bank account, no relations, no inherited property. If you are dead, this is what is mentioned here. Jivreti vyavahartam cha bhoktaham iti purvavat. Earlier, yes, I am so and so. It happens. Therefore, one of the very strong spiritual practices is don't talk about your past. No need. In Rishikesh, there was many years before, one person, one Swami, and he was keeping himself separate from others. He will not mix among everybody. No. I am not like them, separately, and all the dandadhari and all kinds of full makeup. So one simple person asked one Mahatma, see that Swamiji, he doesn't mix with anybody. He is always separate himself. Is he afraid or what? Why he doesn't mix with everybody? So that Mahatma said, he is a retired IAS officer and he is getting his pension. And he has that thing, I am living on my own pension. Therefore, I don't join with all the group. What is the use of that sannyas? Therefore, zero security is full devotion. More the security, less is the devotion. See, my friends, jivreti vyavaharatam cha bhokta hamiti purvavat. Therefore, earlier I was there, I have done this thing, I got this award, I got that award. See? Bharat Ratna. Imagine, Bhagwan Shankaracharya is given Bharat Ratna. He will laugh, yaar. Don't make mazak. These political things have nothing to do on your spiritual path. See, friends, getting recognition by the government and all that, it is a cartoon of spiritual life. Therefore, jivreti vyavahartam cha bhoktahamiti purvavat, one feels ashamed of talking. And example, chinna nasi va ritaha. Suppose somebody's nose is cut. He will be putting the, what they call black thing they put over here. Why they put it? Only because their nose is cut. Descendants of Shurpadaka. How can I show my cut nose? Therefore, don't talk about your past. This is one of the most important spiritual practice. Yada swasyapi bhoktrutvam mantum jivreti ayam tada sakshini aropayat iti kaiva kathavrata. When the Chidabhasa is ashamed of telling that I am the experiencer, enjoyer or sufferer, will he ever think that this enjoyer or sufferer is Paramatma? What is the conclusion? There is experience, but there is no experiencer. Like on the stage, one is going through all good and bad experiences on the stage, but in fact, those experiences carry no holder of any experiencer. So where are they? They are in the air. Yada swasya hi bhoktutam mantum jureti. So when the Chidabhas is ashamed of thinking that I am the enjoyer or sufferer, he can never imagine to superimpose it on the Sakshi Chaitanya. Iti abhipretya bhoktaram akshipati avishankaya kasya kama yeti tataha sharira anujvaro nahi. Therefore, how we started? What is Atma? Vijnanamaya is Atma. From there we started concluding and we came to, therefore, ultimately, iti abhipretya bhoktaram akshipati. Akshipati. Even the very existence of the experiencer is doubted. There is no experiencer. See? Meaning what? If there is experiencer, it is an illusion. See, friends, one example I read somewhere very beautiful. One person told, hey, I heard your son met with an accident in USA. So this man started getting frustrated. Oh, these people, they don't understand. Wow, 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 wow. In old age, the ladies become smart and husbands continue to be dumb. So when he was talking, I don't know what to do with these people. They don't understand this, that. Wife said, don't start talking to yourself. Call him and find out. Immediately wisdom comes. Then he calls her. And then the son lifts the phone and bangs. Dad, how many times I told you? Don't call this time. Now he's all right. Who became miserable? The one, he became miserable. Now the wife in her, क्या हो गया? शर्म नहीं आती? See, friends, don't justify you are miserable in life. The one who is miserable doesn't exist. Iti abhipretya bhoktaram akshipati avishankaya. Therefore, there is nobody who is miserable in this world. Miseries are only imaginations. Kasya kamayeti. Therefore, kasya kamaya. Remember the old first mantra? Atmanam ched vijaniyat ayamasmiti purushaha kimichan kasya kamaya. For whose sake? Nobody. This is the conclusion. Tataha sharira anujvaro nahi. Thereafter, there will be no attachment for the body. So, there will be joy but not enjoyer. There will be misery but not miserable. And if you see joy and miserable among the Mahatmas, Karnataka. Don't trust Mahatmas at all, I tell you. They are the cheats of the highest order. I love you. Malum hai. You say this thing to everybody. Because our understanding love is not, he loves only me. No. Therefore, iti abhipretya bhoktaram akshipati. And therefore, there is no body identification. No, what body? Sthulam, sukshmam, karanam cha, shariram trividham smrutam, avashyam trividosteva, tatra tatrojito jvaraha. Jvara means the fever. So there are three bodies. Shariram anushan jvaret, that is the word, it is not explained. So these are the three bodies. Gross, subtle and casual. So trividham shariram. Now, avashyam trividho asti eva tatra tatra uchito naraha jvaraha. So there are three types of different diseases. Jvara means a fever. There are three types of fevers. Which are those? Vata, Pitta, Shneshta, Janya, Vadaya, Kotishastanau. In the gross body, there are diseases with reference to Kapha, Vata, Pitta. These according to your Ayurveda. So all the modification of the body dependent on the metabolic disorders. These are the diseases of the body. And then similarly, Durgandhitva, Kurupatva, Daha, Bhangadayasthatha. Same way, the body sometimes rots or bad smells come out. Friends, one thing I tell you, from our human body, nothing comes out which we like to discuss in public. If something good can come out of human body, is only sincere love and service. That's it. Otherwise, nothing comes out. Do you know in the morning, don't tell further. See? So these are the jvara of the gross body. Then subtle body, Kama, Krodha, Dayaha, Shanti, Dantyadya, Linga Dehaga, Jvara, Dvaye, Api, Badhante, Praptya, Naram Kramat. So these are the fevers of the subtle body or the mind. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Then Shanti, Danti, Tapasya, etc. These are the fevers of the subtle body. This we can understand, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, but Shanti, Danti, how it can be the fever? Because Prapta, Aprapta. When we are not able to keep ourselves cool, we become angry. See? So there are two types of diseases. If you get something, Kama, Krodha, we are miserable. If we can't keep cool, we are miserable. These are the jvara, fevers of the subtle body. This is a very beautiful thing we have to know. Then, what is the fever of the causal body? Swam param cha na vetti atma vinashta iva karane agami dukkha bijam cha iti indrena darshitam. Indra told in his, this thought comes in Upanishad, that what is Karan Deha, what is the fever of the Karan Deha? Swam param cha na vetti. Neither we know ourselves, nor anyone else. And as if this being or the body is destroyed in the deep sleep, vinashta iva karane, but agami dukkha bijam cha, but all the impressions are stored in the mind. Therefore, when a doctor sleeps, he doesn't wake up as an engineer. He will be waking only as a doctor. All the agami dukkha bijam cha, it is still there. So this is agami dukkha bija is the fever of the causal body. Iti jvara sharireshu trishu swabhavika mata. These three types of fevers are natural for the three bodies. Viyoge tu jvaraistani sharirani eva nashate. If these fevers are not there, then the body dies. Therefore, if you have got pain, congratulations, you are still alive. Is any time such a research conducted? Incidence of intestinal cancer in the Catholic graveyard? Cannot be. Dead bodies have no disease. Living bodies are full of diseases. Only thing, either they are there but unmanifest or they are manifest. One of my friend, he took his wife for medical checkup. She was a regular visitor to the hospital. He has to do it. One day he took. And she was with the doctor. He was sitting there in Bridge Candy Hospital in Bombay. And he read there, if you are 55 plus, you should check up your heart, etc. He thought, simply sitting, why not check up? He went there, checked. And the doctor said, you should immediately undergo operation. Your wife is okay. You are 80% block. After he dies, no block. Therefore, if we are having some health problems, you must congratulate yourself. Abhi jinda hai yaar. Mara nahi. Therefore, viyoge tu jvaraitani sharirani eva nasate. So, example is here. Tantoho viyujjain na pataha balebhya kambalo yatha mrudo gadastatha dehe jarebhyo apiti drisyatam. If there is no thread, there is no cloth. If there is no wool, there is no blanket. If there is no clay, there is no pot. In the same manner, if there is no health issue, it is not life. But don't try to find out car, okay, car. it will come up, don't worry, it will come up. I am not seeing any health problem. I think either I am alive or dead. Don't do all that. Understand it in the right spirit. Jaragbe dashyatam. So, chidabhase svata kopi jvaro nasti yataschitaham prakashaika svabhavatvam evam drushtam na itarata. Therefore, in the chidabhasa also there cannot be any disorder, and so also there cannot be any disorder in the pure consciousness. See? Because prakasha eka svabhavatu drushtam na itarat. Therefore, neither the chidabhasa suffers, nor the consciousness suffers, nor the mind suffers, nor anybody suffers. Suffering is an illusion. Even if you don't want, if you really study and digest Vedanta Shastra, you can never become miserable in life. And if you are not miserable, you will not spread miseries around. Okay? If you don't have corona, you will not spread corona. Therefore, the more we are abiding in this knowledge, Chidabhase api asambhavya jvara sakshini ka katha. When Chidabhasa cannot have any problem, where from it will come in the Sakshi? That means, that example which I gave you, on the sea side we were standing, nice bright sun, our shadow in the waters. So is the shadow sinking in the water? No. Am I sinking? No. When the water moves, the shadow appears to be moving, but is it moving? No. Then what is happening? Nothing is happening. Then what is to do? Enjoy. Take a video. See, friends, life becomes so simple. There is nothing more simpler than spiritual life. चिदाभासे अपि असंभाव्या ज्वरा शक्षणिका कथा एकम अपि ekata mene chidabhasa hi avidya. But what happens? The chidabhasa plus the reality of the consciousness and the modification of the thought, they are made into a khichdi. And a non-existing personality is imagined, avidya, and therefore one starts suffering. So, sakshi satyatva madhyasya Svena upete vapustrayaha. So, the support of the witnessing consciousness and the three bodies along with that, tas sarvam vastavam swasya. Then one starts thinking, if the body is fat, I am fat. If the stomach is upset, I am upset. If the body is old, I am old. If the mind is disturbed, I am disturbed. If I don't understand, all these things are associated with this wrong notion. Therefore, what I told you 100 times, we have to get freedom from wrong notions without replacing with new notions. Wrong notions are removed by right understanding. And that understanding should not create another notion. See, because notions are subject to change. Earlier notion was I was ignorant. Now the notion is I am wise. Both are the same. Therefore, Sakshi Satyatva Madhyasya Svena Upete Vapustraye Tat Sarvam Vastavam Swasya Sarupam Iti Manyate. Therefore, this which doesn't exist is given a status of reality. And as the result of this wrong understanding about ourselves, etasmin bhranti kaleyam sharireshu jarasratha swayameva jaramiti manyate kutumbivat. In this manner, bhranti kale, during this operation of the delusion, sharireshu jarasu, when the bodies are going through the various kinds of problems. Which are the problems? Problems of the gross body, subtle body and causal body. So, swayameva jvaramiti. So, if the body is having health issue, I am unhealthy. If the mind is disturbed, I am disturbed. If the intellect is not functioning, I don't understand. In this manner, swayameva jaramiti. He starts thinking, I am suffering, manyatehi kutumbivat. Like the grahasthas do. What the grahasthas do? Tapatsu putradareshu tapamiti vrithayatha. The wife or the child is not well, so the husband or the father starts thinking, I am not well. And manyate purushastadvat abhaso api abhimanyate. In the same manner, this abhasa. Therefore, who is abhasa? Man plus wife. Reflection of the man in the wife is the abhasa. He is husband. This point should be clear to you now. Relational existence appears but does not exist. See, when a person, these things happen in the Western world, but now India is not backward. Here also it is happening. 2, 3 divorces. So first divorce, first marriage W1 F1, second W2 F2, third W3 F3. So the first wife has become second wife or what? Second wife is, the third wife is the total of the first 2 wives. No. They have come from nowhere, they go nowhere. And these non-existing entities are suffering. How can you help? You know, in the life of Bhagwan Ram, it comes that when he was small, he saw the moon in the waters and he wanted that. That is your and my story. We are seeking the illusions and suffer throughout life. Tapatsu putra dareshu tapami iti vratayata manyate purushastadvan avaso api abhimanyate. And therefore, viviccha bhrantim ujjitva swam api aganayan sada chintayan sakshiram kasmad shariram anushanjvare. And thus, having gone through all this process, viviccha bhrantim ujjitva. So by proper viveka, slowly, wrong notions are completely removed, and thereafter he is now counting that I, the 10th man, is included in the count of the 10. But what was happening? I was keeping myself away and counting only 9 and started crying, oh, the 10th man is lost. So you are the 10th man. In the same manner, we are lost only in the wrong counting. So here it is said, Viviccha Bhranti Mujjitva, by proper inquiry, wrong notions are removed. Swam api aganayan sada. And then focus is on the substratum which is supporting all the experiences. Childhood has come and gone, what happened to us? Teenage has come and gone, what happened to us? Middle age has come and gone, what happened to us? We have experience of 3 deaths. Childhood died, teenage died, middle age died. We should be expert in dying. We never die. After studying Vedanta and digesting, if a passing thought about our death comes in our mind, abhi matka kacha hai. Even a passing thought should not come. I was in Tata Memorial Cancer Hospital in Bombay attending on someone. So one day I asked that sister, as my habit, I said, Amma, don't call me Amma, I am sister. I said, okay, sister, you see every day or so somebody collapsing in the cancer. Every day it happens, or maybe within 2-3 days time. Yes. So when you see people dying of cancer, do you get ever any this thought in your mind that one day I may also die of cancer? He said, I don't get such stupid thoughts. I was thinking about what I am going to eat tonight. That is life. Otherwise, your life becomes only a burden to yourself. So, chintayan saksharam kasmat shariram manushanjvare. When you are thus abiding in your own divine self, all the modifications of the body, the fevers of the body. So what are the fevers of the body? I am old, I am young, I am healthy or unhealthy, I am disturbed, I am not peaceful, I understand, I don't understand. All these fevers will disappear. For that, our Mahamantra, But do you know Bhagavad Gita? No. You don't know? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Those who know what is great about them, they have got one more, horn with them. You know, Bhagavad Gita, I know by heart. Keep it in your heart. Therefore, Chinten Sakshiram Kasma Sharira Manushajvare. Therefore, we have to remember this important thing. That don't get involved with anything or anybody beyond limits. And whatever involvement we are having, it should be only Karnataka. You have to say to the people, I love you. Thank you. Next. To you also. See, friends, don't become too serious. Okay. After this topic, we'll take it in our next class. Before you sleep, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om